Hi everybody, how's it going? It's Friday the 14th. What am I talking about? It's Friday the 14th, 14th of February. Hang on, I need to do something. It's Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a good Valentine's Day. Actually, it's okay. Hang on, I'm fine. Yeah, good. I hope you're having a good day, a good week. It's been a couple of weeks since I saw you. I've had a few issues going on here in Spain. My name is Brian. This is Class A Plus English, a very small channel. I'm an English teacher living in Spain, and what we're doing is we're playing video games we're playing story-driven video games to help students. I'm playing story-driven games to explain vocabulary, to talk about grammatical structures, just to have some fun, you know. And so I hope you sit back, have some fun, relax. We're playing a new game tonight. We're going to play a game called 80 Days, which is based on the novel and many films. And I think a cartoon. When I was a kid, I think there was a cartoon of 80 Days Around the World, which was a novel written by Jules Verne, a very famous writer in his day. What did he write? He wrote Around the World in 80 Days, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, kind of science fiction stuff of the day, right? Because it was in the 19th century. I think this is set in 1890 or something, you know. Planes didn't exist, right? So this is a game I saw it on Steam last night, and it was quite cheap, so I thought this looks interesting, and bought it. I played it for about an hour last night just to see how it goes, and I think it's quite cool. It's a text-based game, so there's no running around and solving puzzles or whatever. I think it's pretty chill. I think it's a pretty chill kind of game, yeah? So we're going to jump into it. Now, what am I doing? First of all, let's look at... Oh, by the way, yeah, it's the 14th of February. So on the 11th of February was Class A Plus English's first birthday. Yay! Do, 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 do. Yes, we are 1 year old, yes. So it's kind of cool. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. It makes me so happy. People who are watching, it makes me so happy. It really does, you know. You don't have to be an English language learner, you know. Just chill out, relax. We can talk about the game, you know. We can make decisions. I'm going to show you first of all what made me decide. I saw this game and I kind of Googled it. Well, I don't use Google anymore. I use Perplexity, right? This is brought to you by Perplexity. And let's just look at the reviews. So just first of all, let's have a quick look at what the game is, yeah? So here, 80 Days is a highly acclaimed... Oh, hang on. Have I changed it? You see, it's been a couple of weeks, and I have forgotten what to do. All right, here we are. So there you go. 80 Days, I wrote. 80 Days is a highly acclaimed interactive fiction game that has received overwhelmingly positive reviews across multiple platforms, including PC. Critics and players alike. Alike is a way to say both, yeah? Both critics and players praise the game for its exceptional writing, engaging storytelling, and high replayability. Whenever we see it means again, yeah? Repeat, replay, redo. Okay, the game is based on Jules Verne's classic novel Around the World in 80 Days. I think we all know this story. It's about a guy called Phileas Fogg, and he takes a bet. He makes a bet with some friends, I suppose, and the bet is that he has to can travel around the world in 80 days. But this game is with a steampunk twist. Ooh. Now, this is interesting. Let's have a look. I've done this already, so we can check out. What is steampunk? Well, let's look at the definition.
Steampunk.
Steampunk. What is steampunk? This is quite interesting, actually. It's science fiction, or sci-fi, as we say, dealing with 19th century societies dominated by historical or imagined steam-powered technology. There's quite a lot of video games, yeah, with steampunk, yeah. Right, this is quite interesting. Did you know? I think Victorian fantasies are going to be the next big thing. As long as we can come up with a fitting collective term for Powers, Blaylock, and myself. So wrote the science fiction author K.W. Jeter, credited with coining the term. To coin a phrase, to coin a term means to invent, you know, to invent something, to invent an expression, to invent a word, to coin a word, to coin a phrase. So he is credited with creating the term steampunk in 1987 to describe a wave of fantasy novels set in Victorian times and celebrating the technology of the era. Of course, it would be, you know, steam power, industrial revolution. Things were getting, you know, like flight. The Wright brothers flew in what, 1902, 1903, I don't know. Basically around the turn of the century. You're thinking like electricity became normal, trains, planes, automobiles, yeah? And celebrating the technology of the era at the time, much of which was powered by steam. In both name and subject, steampunk is an antithesis to cyberpunk. Now, I found this interesting. I didn't know this really. A genre often noted for featuring computerized, futuristic, or unearthly settings. The popularity of steampunk has since carried over to motion pictures, films, fashion, and even things like restaurant decor. So really, yeah, I never really thought about that. If cyberpunk is like in the future, I don't know if you played that game Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, it's set in the future. We all have chips in our brains, you know, we're kind of all these like kind of hybrid human computer things, you know. So yeah, like steampunk is basically kind of imagining science fiction in the past with better technology. I thought it was kind of interesting. Now, there's an interesting word here. Where is it? No, it's not here. We're going back to this. So in the game, I played it for about an hour last night, and the protagonist of 80 Around the World in 80 Days is a guy called Phileas Fogg. He takes the bet. He bets his friend that he can travel around the world, which is like unimaginable, to circumnavigate, to go around the globe in 80 days or less. Now, the person we are playing in this game is, now let's have a look at this word, passepartout. Okay, for A, I don't speak French, okay? Je m'appelle classe. The valet to Phileas Fogg. Now, we know what a valet is, and if you don't, shame on you, because we have been playing Hercule Poirot, and if we go back to the first cases, there was a valet accused. Oh, no, actually, it's a Murder on the Orient Express, wasn't it? No, I was thinking Archibald. Archibald was the butler. No, we played, I still haven't finished it. I'm going to finish the game on Sunday, by the way. Murder on the Orient Express, Agatha Christie's famous novel. And one of the people was a valet, which is kind of like, I don't know, what would you say? Servant, assistant, yeah, assistant maybe, yeah. We don't usually use, we wouldn't use the word servant today. Anyway, highly acclaimed. So the game is like really, really, with both critics and players, everybody loves it. It's a text-based adventure with over 750,000 words of content, multiple branching paths and outcomes, ensuring an experience with each playthrough, creative use of sci-fi, science fiction, and steampunk concepts, including airships, hovercraft, and submersible trains, everybody, like submarine trains. All right, so that's it. Now, what I want to say here next is the pronunciation of this word. Passepartout? I don't know. So what did I do? I went to Google and pronunciation. Sound it out. Break down the word passepartout into individual sounds. Passepartout. 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 I'm going to pronounce it like this in the game. If I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. First of all, then, because I finished work early today and I didn't really have much to do, I found this. I want to get this right. Passepartout is how I'm going to pronounce it, okay?
You're looking at
Hang
how to
on.
pronounce too many get wrong and mispronounce, so make sure to stay said. Passepartout.
Passepartout.
Is how you say it in English from French, passepartout. And now you know, like these videos said, passepartout.
Passepartout.
Is how you say it in English from French.
Passepartout. 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 And then I found this, and this is why AI is not so good. Listen to this, right? So passepartout, passepartout.
Passepartout.
Hi, Iona. How's it going? Yeah, Perplexity. I'm trying to plug Perplexity so that they will come and sponsor me, because I use I've been doing a lesson with my students about de-googling your life. Yeah, use Firefox, use DuckDuckGo, use the maps is a difficult one, right? Claude, I don't know what Claude is. Yeah, Passepartout, or as AI says,
Passepartout.
Passepartout. So maybe I should pronounce it like this. I'm going to stick with where is it? I'm going to stick with Passepartout. I'm going to go with the first one, everybody. Passepartout. I'm going with this one. Passepartout. Sorry, don't get angry with me if I'm mispronouncing it. Don't be furious. Well, be furious, yeah? Leave a comment in the comment section and we can arrange a duel, because we are going back to the 19th century, everybody, and this is what they used to do. Now, you have to understand that Around the World in 80 Days was an absolute massive bestseller in its day, and I was looking on YouTube for look at this, Around the World in 80 Days 1956 trailer. It gets a bit, it's a bit dated, let's just say that, but let's just have a quick look at this.
Formally challenging me to undertake
David Niven, the moon's a balloon.
I said this is absurd. Gentlemen, I have on deposit at Baring's Bank the sum of £20,000, and I'm willing to wager any or all of it upon the same contention, namely that I can complete a tour of the world in 80
£20,000. And he's off. Look, the Alps.
Around the world in 80
They have some ice for their champagne. Steam engines.
2 oceans, 5 seas,
Beautiful women.
8
Adventure.
ways to travel,
Danger. Olé! I'll look more into this. I will look more into this when I have time, because I only bought the game last night, but I think there's a lot of stuff that we can look at for around the world in 80 days. And of course, one more thing I want to show you before we start the game. Sorry about all this, but let's just go into one more thing. I need to close that down. And we have to go to Google Maps. So it starts in some club in London, and I will check this out and we can look at the reviews and everything else later on. But we start in London, and the bet means we have to go east. We have to go east. I think we don't have a choice at the beginning. Like I said, I played it last time. We have to go to Paris, and then we are voyaging, traveling east, and we have to circumnavigate the world. So you can see we're going to go a long way. I had a student once in Kiribati. Where's Kiribati? I had a student here once, yeah. I had a student here in Kiribati. Look where it is. And that's something like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 miles from Hawaii. And this island is going to disappear because of the rising sea. So everyone's trying to leave, and they're doing exams. They're doing IELTS exams. You have to get for visas to Australia. You have to do exams. Kiribati, but we'll talk about that another day because we want to get the game started, right? So we have to go east, and eventually get back to beautiful where are you? Ennis, which is where I'm from, yeah, which is where the grandfather of Muhammad Ali comes from. Yeah, people used to think I was drunk when I told them that, but it's true. All right, let's get back into the game. So where were we? So that's it. Yeah, Jules Verne. At the time, it was amazing. It would have been like Star Wars in the 70s. It would have been like Jurassic Park, you know. Mind blown. This is a crazy story, you know, for people. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this game. It's a text-driven game. We're not running around shooting people. We're just going to play the game. But remember, the main point is I'm the valet, and well, I'll show you. Here we go. All right, sit back, pour yourself a glass of wine. Don't quit, Brian. Don't quit. Okay, here we go. All right, good. Good to see you, Iona. Yeah, you've been horse riding. That's tomorrow or something. I read your schedule and it made me tired. 1872. I was thinking it was 1890, everybody. We'll look more back into this date later on. We're going to look at we're going to do a lot of travel vocabulary in this game. I have entered into the service of a new gentleman. It would seem he's a gambling man. Fantastic. Me personally, I have many vices, but gambling isn't one. Whoo! Because gambling is bad, everybody. Is it loud enough? Is the sound okay? And don't forget to press the likes. London, England, here we go. Okay, I need to turn the music down. It's way too loud, yeah? Alright. There's a lot. There's a lot of reading. Like I said, I played it last night. There's a lot of reading, so I don't know how long I can play this without my voice going. But I think I'm going to play this a lot. This game, I really enjoyed it last night. London, London Tan. Look, they're. Is that Big Ben? Looks like Istanbul or something. Looks like a minaret. Okay, here we go. London. No accents, but Monsieur Phileas Fogg returned home early from the Reform Club, and in a newfangled steam carriage besides. Newfangled, we used to use this expression to mean kind of cutting edge. I helped him down, and the iron-lunged, steam-driven horses clattered away. Okay, so remember, this is steampunk, yeah? So it's not a horse, it's going to be like a robot horse. Here we go, my first test. Passez partout, said he. We are going around the world. So I have two choices. Around the world, monsieur? Oh, I'm French, by the way. Around the world, monsieur? Very good, monsieur. Okay. All right, sounds good, yeah? I'm the valet, yeah? I do what the boss says. Very good. Very good, monsieur, I murmured dutifully, not believing a word of it. We shall circumnavigate the globe within 80 days. He was quite calm as he proposed this wild scheme. We leave for Paris on the 8:25 in an hour. But of course, this was quite a departure. Again, he's the boss, of course. But of course, I answered, still extremely suspicious. He nodded. Good. Pack an altimeter and my evening jacket. There is not a moment to waste. Now again, last night there was vocabulary that I did not know. Let's just check that. Altimeter. Where are we? Altimeter. Okay, I'm not changing the screen. What is an altimeter? Changes in atmospheric pressure and changes in altitude. Alright, so basically like how high up we are. Pack an altimeter and my evening jacket. There's not a moment to waste. You, passepartout, now have funds, money. Your character is now dependable. Dependable, I'm the valet. Oh, okay. Alright, we're off, everybody. Paris! Quickly, jeez, I'm going to have problems with this. Passepartout, collecting our things and we will be off. Okay, so here we go. He wanted the... Okay, we have wool trousers. Wool made from sheep, yeah? The hair of sheep is wool. A woolen jumper made of wool. A woolen blanket. Okay. The cut is most dependable. The color most decidedly nondescript. Part of Englishman's wardrobe set. 2 out of 3 owned. And we have a wool shirt. A wool shirt. I don't know about that. A wool shirt would make me itchy. I think you can always trust a man in a well-starched woolen shirt. Now I say this to my friends all the time and they laugh at me, but it's true. I am vindicated. What did he want? He wanted the altimeter. Now we have choices. There was just a moment to seize, to take everything further that I thought might be useful for a long trip. We have a European shipping timetable, slender, thin volume listing all shipping routes. Now Americans will say routes, yeah, route, but they're wrong. The pronunciation is route within Europe. Routes for ships. Routes for ships in Europe will be visible on the globe. Routes, yeah. Everybody's wrong, Leona. Everybody's wrong. Wax cylinder. inscribed with marks describing a recording of a symphony, valuable in Vienna, Copenhagen, and Paris. Ooh. So this is one of the things as well in the game, right? That we're buying and selling. Look, we have £4,000. Now I haven't had time, but for the next stream I will check out. The bet is £20,000. I will check out what that is worth in today's money. Probably like €1 million or something. I don't know. 4 grand, we could say, yeah, in a modern way. 4 grand. We don't use grand for people. There weren't 4 grand people at the meeting, but there were €4,000. 4 grand. It cost 4 grand. Wax cylinder, evening jacket, a well-fitting, neatly tailored Savile Row. Oh, we're definitely going to visit Savile Row. Evening jacket, priceless. And playing cards, a deck of 52 playing cards suitable for a whist driver 2, or in modern day, Uno, of interest to humorous, stalwart, official, and soldier types. So we have some choices here. You can see, look, if we do this, you see, can I fit 2 things in? Yeah, I can fit 2 things in, right? Iona, you're here. What do you suggest we bring with us? We've got the wax cylinder, which is valuable. So yeah, in this game, from what I saw last night, is like you can buy things. So you're in Istanbul, you can go to the market, you can buy things, and it might be kind of cheap in Istanbul, but it's valuable in Karachi. I don't know. Yeah, the wax cylinder, you're saying, yeah? Wax cylinder, inscribed with marks describing a recording of a symphony. Da 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 da. Where? Vienna, Copenhagen. Paris. We're going to Paris, right? Yeah, we can choose one more. So we got an evening jacket, which is, I would say, obligatory for a gentleman. European shipping timetable. Oh no. Shipping timetable, okay. Alright, we're done. I'm putting this on you, yeah? Maybe we can go to Malta. New routes discovered. Oh, Izmir. So you can see now we have like different routes. We need to make certain routes around. We need to navigate our way across. So we're going to go through. We can go by sea, we can go by air because it's steampunk, yeah. So they have like, you know, these kind of amazing contraptions. They have underwater trains. You know what I mean? It's a bit sci-fi. It's science fiction, right? Okay, shipping timetable says Iona. We need to go east and we need to do it in 80 days. We have 4 grand. Now, well, we're going to go to Paris, right, first of all, and then we're going to sell that thing. So, Paris, Amphitrite Express. Hang on, let me just go into settings. Where's settings? Settings, full screen. Text, full screen. Okay. Okay. Don't press quit, Brian. Okay, it's Paris, right? Embark. All aboard! Choo-choo! We've just come from the Orient Express, everybody. More trains, yeah? Class A Plus promises you more trains. Departing now. The guard's van has space for 1 suitcase, which will suffice. It will be sufficient. This looks like a bearable option, so it's okay. Let's do it. So look, you can see there's a kind of a cyberpunk horse, yeah? And we're off. The mechanical horses raced past Piccadilly Circus and Pall Mall faster than a team of thoroughbreds. Thoroughbred is like pure horse. Even so, the whistle of the 8:25 was blowing as we pulled up to Charing Cross Station. "We have no tickets," I exclaimed. We raced along the concourse and threw ourselves aboard. Yes, we are gentlemen. Tickets are not a problem. The mechanical horses raced past. We raced along the concourse and threw ourselves aboard as the second whistle shrieked its warning. We barely had time to take our seats before the guard rapped smartly on the compartment door. He held out a hand. "Tickets, please." "Alas, monsieur, we are in a great hurry." I pretended to have lost them. "We were in a great hurry. Look, sorry. "You may purchase them from me," the guard was saying, "though it is more expensive, I'm afraid." £85, please. Okay. I argued with him. I handed over. I gave the £85. Let's just give him the money. We got £4,000. I handed over the £85 and smiled a thin smile. "Thank you." From one working man to another, the guard gave me our tickets and slid the compartment door shut behind him with a pneumatic hiss. Our funds have gone down. Our money has gone down somewhat. All right. I am on fine form, but we must make haste. We must be quick. You seem quite a handy man to have around. Passez partout. London's smog gave way to rolling hills and the pastures of the Kentish countryside, still untouched by the hand of technological advancement. Okay, we have choices. Yeah, well, yeah, it's all steampunk, Iona. It's all steampunk here now, yeah. Which is what's different from the novel, yeah. But it's cool. London's smog gave way to rolling hills. So smog is the pollution, yeah? The smog over the city. Smoke and fog is where it comes from. It's a combination. It gave way anyway, so we went from smog and the pollution of London to the rolling hills and countryside and pastures. Pastures are where like cows eat, yeah, just the grass of the Kentish countryside, still untouched by the hand of technological advancement. Now, we have three choices. Monsieur Fogg read his paper whilst I repacked our bags. I demanded to know the purpose of our journey. We passed the day in silence. Well, I am the valet, and as you know from the Murder on the Orient Express, it's our job to make Monsieur Fogg, Phileas Fogg, happy. Thrown together in haste and confusion, as afternoon turned inexorably to evening, I discovered that my master was one of those gentlemen who broke their silence rarely, if at all. So he was the strong, silent type. Kind of like me, everybody, yeah? As you know. Anybody who knows me knows I don't say much, but, you know, when I say something, it's profound. A guard rapped on a door. "This piece is my recital. I guess it's very..." No. He knocked. "We are about to submerge." "What?" He warned. It takes some people a bit funny, so watch out. Okay, so it's a bit strange for people. What do you mean submerge? But is it safe? Is it not? What do you mean we're going underwater? I cried. This is the London to Paris Amphitrite Express, he explained, as though to a particularly stupid, dim-witted child. The submersible train? Talk of all the London newspapers, talk of the town. Everyone's talking about it. I must have missed it. Then this is the Mer train. Okay, so we have the mermaid and we have a mer train. He made a face. Bloody journalists and their silly names, he muttered. Every inch of her has been examined and stamped with artificer's seal. To seal, yeah, approval. This is the world's only bathyscaphe locomotive. Okay, so this word does not exist, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so it's like a underwater train. I could not help a shiver. I pressed my face to the window glass. Right, so shiver. Oh, it's so cold. Or oh, I'm scared. Excuse me, I'm scared. Or I pressed my face to the window glass. Wow. No, I'm excited. Wow. Underwater. I pressed my face to the window glass as the fins above the amphitrite's wheels extended with a hydraulic hiss. Night fell and we plunged past the end of the track into the freezing water of the English Channel. We're going down, down, deeper down, everybody. Okay, you can see there, this is our money. It's Wednesday, day 2, and it's 4 a.m. The amphitrite ploughed through the water overnight and splashed up onto a wider gauge French tracks at Calais as dawn broke. Dawn, dawn and dusk. Dawn in the morning, you know, when the sun is rising, sunrise. Dusk in the evening is when the sun sets, when the sun goes down. Okay, so we've arrived in Calais. Do you have a route in mind? Do you have a route planned, monsieur? I demanded to know the purpose of our journey. I began to consider what we might require for our journey. What the hell is going on here? I have made a wager, a bet, yeah, to bet money. I bet you Real Madrid will win the match. I've made a wager, said he. We will prove that the world can be circumnavigated in 80 days. That we can go around the world in 80 days. Can it be done? Can it truly be done? But do we have enough money? Will a few £1,000s be enough? I have made the calculations, Monsieur Fogg answered. It will suffice, it will be sufficient, so long as we are not profligate. I guess like we're not wasting money. Parbleu! I scarcely knew what to think. We arrived at Paris, Gare du Nord, and we know this, don't we, from... That's right, the previous game we played, the Murder on the Orient Express. Oh my god. Oh, there's no choice. Okay, so this must be the main station in Paris because we've seen it before in the previous game. We arrived at Paris Gare du Nord just after 1 o'clock. Automaton porters lifted our luggage, our bags, and then our persons onto the platform with long, delicately filigreed iron arms. I don't know what this word means, everybody. I'm not even going to bother looking at it. Right, so it's just robots, right? Paris! City of my heart! I was home, but not to stay. We are on a trip, everyone. Class A plus English is on a trip. Ooh! Some of our possessions could earn us well here. We will have to explore Paris to find an onward journey. So again, here you go. We have some choices. We can explore the town. We can go to a bank. I haven't done this yet, but I think you can get more money. We can go to the market. Filigree is like a pattern, the kind you would find on lace. Okay, so like a laced pattern. Right. there is language here that I have absolutely no idea of. Now, we bought that wax thing, whatever it was called. Let's sell it. The wax cylinder. £470. Let's sell it. Money. This is how we're going to fund our journey. So we have a shaving kit, soap, a badger bristle brush, and a heat tempered blade. Okay, a shaving kit, a traveling cloak. Cloak, yeah, to wear a cloak. Good for keeping out chill winds and heavy rain, part of the gentleman traveler set. We have a geometry equipment, a set of geometric drawing instruments precisely made and beautifully presented. Valuable in Copenhagen and Warsaw and Budapest. Ooh, I'd like to go to Budapest. I've been there once and I really want to return. And then we got a bottle of wine. Ooh, worth £2,300 in Berlin. Yes. Now, Iona, you said European shipping timetable. I don't think we need this yet because I plan to go overland. We're going to go east. We're going like through Germany onto Turkey. Is my idea. Can we see the map? So, okay, maybe we have to get out of this. Okay, let's buy an extra suitcase. Alright, let's just buy everything, yeah? And the gentleman is always shaven. Okay. No, we can't explore. Can I go map? Ah, here. Oh, okay, hang on. No. The idea is right. I don't need European shipping routes. Now we could go this way. Down to like Beirut or Egypt. Or we could go like this way. Thessaloniki. I know someone from Thessaloniki. A good friend of mine. Or we could go like Moscow. Moscow's where? Minsk, Moscow. Okay, Iona, what do you want to do? You call. We can go south through the Mediterranean over to like Beirut, up to Izmir. I have a story about Izmir, everybody. Or we can go like through Europe. Suppose, like, yeah, we could go Izmir, Athens, Venice. Yeah, alright, okay. So let's go to Zurich. Alright. Okay, so we need to stay in a hotel. We'll pass the night here, everybody, in Paris. We took a hotel for the night. We will be comfortable here, Monsieur Fogg remarked, but traveling overnight will often be more efficient, true. So we must board the longest journeys available where possible. Where possible. We cannot travel where it's not possible, certainly, he replied. Still, the surrounds of the Hotel Ritz were most enjoyable. Let's explore Paris. We're in Paris for 4 hours, everybody. Now, we got some routes. We had a few hours to spare, free time. I asked Monsieur Fogg if I might enjoy my city before we had to leave. Indeed, and should you learn anything of note, be sure to relay it. Tell me. I nodded and headed into town. Headed is a really good word. Yeah, native speakers use this. Where are you going? Where are you heading? I'm heading to work. I'm heading home. Yeah, it's very typical language. The talk on the streets was of one thing only, an enormous, elegant oval stadium constructed upon the green fields of the Champ de Mars and containing the technological marvels, art, amusement parks, and milling crowds walking around, milling crowds of the World's Fair of 1872. My city still wore the scars of last year's siege. I ventured inside, but I was certain Monsieur Fogg did not intend me to visit fairs. Okay, so scars, if I cut myself, yeah, I cut myself, and there's a mark left, it's scar. It's a scar, physical scar on my hand. I have one here somewhere. Also, we can have emotional scars, yeah, emotional scars. Okay, my city still wore the scars of last year's siege, so it's like a war. I ventured inside, I went inside. I was certain Mr. Fogg didn't intend me. No, let's go inside, let's check it out. An artificer was replacing an arc light. I went west towards the airship hangar. Right, because now flying wasn't... I'll check this out before the next stream, but like, I suppose they did have hot air balloons. I went west towards the airship hangar, past a booth, a stall with a husband and wife pair selling panoramic hot air balloon rides to eager tourists. I inquired as to their hourly rate. How much? The hangar was crowded with airships. How much? £80 for a half-hour flight. The man responded, not today, I think. I gaped. This is robbery. I was very lucky. I went to... Hang on. Let's go. I went to Cappadocia, and I did a hot air balloon, and it's this place in Turkey, and it's incredible. It really is incredible place. And I remember I was staying in this like hostel, and it was like €3 a night, and they had this veranda, and I woke up very early and I was having a coffee and I was sitting there, and the balloons rise at dawn. You know, they really early, like 6-7 a.m. like, and all the balloons were rising. I was sitting there drinking coffee, watching them all, and then the next day I did one, and it was amazing. But I was really lucky because normally it was 250 euros to do the hot air balloon, you know. And because there was a lot of problems in Turkey when I was there were no tourists, and there was lots of like ISIS and everything was going on, and it was just Syria, and so there were no tourists in Turkey, so the price was like €80 I got it for, and so I got it super cheap because there were no tourists, just kind of half-drunk Irishmen. Anyway, yeah, so £80 for a half-hour flight. Not today! That is robbery, I said. The man shrugged. We are the only balloonists here today. Are you willing to miss out on the experience of a flight over Paris? I most assuredly was. I'm going around the world, definitely. Yeah, no worries. We're going to have these experiences in this game. Alright. I'm going around the world, I replied. I hope for much more impressive sights in the days to come. The man nodded and moved on to the next punter, the next customer, with great swiftness. I regarded the airships that filled the hangar behind him. I returned to the main hub. Let's move on. Avenues sprawled in every direction between the inviting illuminated pavilions of the exposition. An artificer was replying. I decided to take my leave. Let's get out of here, everybody. I returned to Monsieur Fogg, who was eating a meal of plain boiled beef à l'anglaise. Did you enjoy the exposition? My master inquired diffidently, as though I had been out visiting an aged great aunt, having preferred a hearty meal on an English newspaper and, I don't know. Yeah. Nothing else could possibly impress me now. We are unspeakably lucky to live in such an age of invention. Will we travel by airship, do you suppose? Let's get the excitement going. I think it is highly likely, very strong possibility, it's highly likely that we will travel by air balloon. The opposite of that would be it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely I will go to Madrid this weekend. They are expensive, but extremely fast. Okay. So they move quickly. This is what we need to do. We only have 80 days. I dreamed that night of mechanical wonders and automations with beautifully enameled faces, knowing little of the strange inventions and stranger peoples I would soon encounter in my journey around the world. Okay, so normally we say people, don't we? But when we're talking about peoples from different countries, it's okay. Alright, hurry up, passepartout. Don't drop those cases. Let's get out of here. No. I only said south. Let's go to Nice. £55 arrives on Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days. It departs in 2 days at 10. I suspect this departure could be adjusted. The travelling cloak from our gentleman's traveller set should spur them on. A little encouragement is required. £160 tomorrow. Okay, let's do it. We go to Nice tomorrow. I haven't been to the bank yet. I don't know what it means, but I think it's when you don't have much money. But we're doing okay. We've made money, yeah? Let's chill out. Let's chill out in the hotel. We'll pass the night here. With what remained of the day, I starched the collars of our shirts like a gentleman. I spent a few hours polishing shoes in the lobby. I went to stretch my legs. To stretch my legs meaning I went for a walk. Early days, we're at 100. This is Phineas Fogg's health, I think it is, yeah? So he's doing fine. Let's go for a walk. I went to stretch my legs but found nothing of any particular interest. Alright, we're in Paris. There must be something going on. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go to Nice. It's nice in Nice, they say. Do, 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 do. What's happening? Are we moving? Yeah, let's depart. Oh, okay, I need to say where. Alright, this is a new game. I only bought it last night, everybody. Embark. The guard's van has space for 5, more than enough. Travel will be bearable, so it's an okay way. Let's go. Choo-choo! Orient Express, everybody. No murders. The Pyrenees Express. We boarded our train at Gare de Lyon, which had opened only the previous week. The ticket booths were all staffed by automata. Compared to leaving London, it was a calm affair. Okay, so we had to jump on the train, didn't we? So let's go here. Thanks to the polite and helpful automata who dispensed and checked tickets as well as serving drinks. Woohoo! We found a compartment and settled into plush seats, very comfortable, with a complimentary glass of Provencal Rosé to grace the trip. Only one? We French, we know how to travel. I raised my glass to Monsieur Fogg. Salut. He tipped his own glass towards me courteously. Cheers! But left the wine within untasted until dinner was served. Oh my god. Let's have a conversation. Greetings, monsieur. Good afternoon. My name is Alfred Dumois. Okay, so Nice to... Let's talk about Nice. The Riviera is only just becoming fashionable because of the train. Alright. So, we could go from Nice to Venice, Nice to Rome, Nice to Dubrovnik, Nice to Tunis, or Nice to Luxor in Egypt. Let's talk about Venice, because we were playing Hercule Poirot. Indeed, there is a regular private car service from Nice to Venice, but the journey is a tiring one. Zurich, Rome, Belgrade, Sofia. I had to leave Sofia. Ah, was she pregnant? Athens. Let's go to Athens and then we can go to the Oracle of Delphi. For instance, you can pick up busts of Apollo in Athens that will sell for a fortune in Hail, maybe. I don't want to go to Dubai. I want to go to Turkey. Let's go to Izmir. When I lived in Turkey, I always saying to my boss, because they had a school in Izmir, and I was like, I want to go to Izmir. Can you change me? Can you like, you know, transfer me to Izmir? And she was like, it's difficult. So I ended up in Izmit. And my friend Engen, I'm talking to you, was saying, it's a really cool town, Izmit. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, it's probably the most boring place I've ever been to. Well, no, it's not, but it was all right. Let's go to... No, we're not going to Odessa. Definitely not. No. We're going to go to Tehran, everybody. I'm afraid I have to go. Okay, see you later. See you later. Venice! Istanbul. Odessa. No, we don't want to go to Odessa. Choo-choo. We're in Nice. We're on the Mediterranean. The hours flew by and I spent them in conversation, watching the scenery go by. Let's just chill out and relaxing. Even a valet must take time off. Free time. The train rattled on, choo-choo, arriving to Nice late in the evening. We stepped out to balmy autumn weather. Balmy meaning really like warm, and a gentle murmur in the air. Ah, my friends, the sea. Pyrenees Express, we're in Nice. Woo! Nighttime. The shaving kit would sell efficiently here. Okay, it's 10:30 p.m. Let's pass the night here. We can stay in a nice hotel. The long pebbled beaches of Nice were filled with Italians of one sort or another. A few protesting the loss of the city to France. A few selling sweet pastries, kind of cakes. Let's buy something to eat. Which tasted of almond and butter. I munched, nom 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 nom, contentedly, happily. So I ate the pastries happily and took to the sea while I strolled along the promenade and then retired early. Let's go for a stroll. Now, I walk to work every day. It takes me 25 minutes, yeah? I leave my house and I walk from A to B. I walk to work. But if I go for a stroll, so imagine I'm in a new city, I stay in the hotel, I book in, I unpack, I take a shower, and then maybe I go for a stroll, yeah, to walk around and look at the city, you know, like to go for a stroll. So you're not going anywhere in particular, you're just taking a walk. So let's go for a stroll, and let's go for a stroll. I strolled along the promenade, watching the ships come and go from the harbour. Since being ceded back to the bosom Francais, Nice has become a bustling hub of activity. Boats plied the water daily, and there was talk of building a tram to link the hotels to the beaches and the casinos. Hey! Phineas is going to like this. Okay. Since being ceded, right, so obviously France and Italy were fighting, and they gave, Italy took Nice, but then they lost, and then they had to give it back. So they ceded something to the bosom. So, maybe Russia has taken Crimea, but, it will cede Crimea in the future. Okay, Nice has become a bustling hub of activity. I was talking about this to a student today. The question, do you like to live in the city or do you like to live in the village? For me, I like the hustle and bustle of the city, the action, the people on a Friday night, the people meeting for lunch or for dinner or going to cinema or going for a drink or something. The hustle and bustle. It's busy. The hustle and bustling hub of activity. Boats plied the water daily, so there's lots of boats, and there was talk of building a tram. All right. I returned to the beach to go for a swim. No, it's 6:30 a.m. I found a sailor to talk to. I made my way to one of the casinos myself. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. 6:30 in the morning. Let's go talk to a sailor. I found a sailor to talk to, and he asked for advice about how we should proceed. He shrugged. There's cars to Venice and the boat to Rome. Depends where you want to go, of course. I agreed. That was a salient point. Which would you recommend? We are going around the world. Venice or Rome? Which would you recommend? He frowned. Well, I wouldn't go to Rome if I were you. The people there aren't quite right, if you know what I mean. Oh, right. Did I just lose OBS there? Alright, hang on, there might be a problem. Oh, can you see me? Okay, it's working. Alright, sorry, it just said OBS, which is the software, stopped. And I don't know if that upset the stream. Alright. Alright, what are we doing? That's an hour, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's go to the casino and then we'll call it a night because it's a lot of speaking, everybody. I approached one of the flashy, glitzy casinos, thinking I could perhaps earn a little money, but it seemed that Nice has gone up a long way in the world and I was refused admission. Gentlemen and ladies only, the doorman said. No one of the lower classes. God damn you! And where do the lower classes go to gamble? I had no time for his high standards. Alright, we're gonna go. He looked about him. I know a card game, he replied quietly, but the stakes are high. Tell me more. I did not like his tone, and I bade him farewell. Goodbye. Alright. Tell me more. Tell me more. 500 to play, he said, down there. He nodded towards a set of basement steps leading to a service entrance under the casino. It seemed a dark and dingy place. I thought better of it. I thanked him and went below. Dark and dingy, you know, it's a bit suspicious, it's a bit dodgy, maybe a bit dangerous. I thought better of it. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a very dark and dingy place. It looks a bit dangerous, a bit suspicious. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. The lair I found down there I will not describe at length. Suffice to say that the surly looking, moody, angry looking clientele, men and women both, were sat around a stained table, drinking rough whiskey, cheap whiskey, as they played. Drinking whiskey, disgraceful. Had the game been whist, I might have won. I ventured a hand or two. Sensibly, I did not play. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be sensible. The doorman nodded as I left. A wise decision, monsieur. Of course, it's in France, so it's my home country, he murmured. My feet were tired. I murmured my goodbyes to the sea, and I knew to France, and returned to my master. Your funds have gone down a touch. Okay, not so much. Nice. No, Nice. Okay, it's time to go home. It's nearly 7 a.m. We're going to go to Venice because this is where Hercule, we might meet Hercule Poirot. The car's roof has space for 2 suitcases which will suffice. The open road, this promises to be a bothersome option. Okay, so we're going to lose some kind of health or whatever. Let's go to Venice. Bozek car. So you can see it's a kind of again, it's a steampunk kind of car. The journey across the mountains was glorious, and the sun beat down upon us and made us feel lofty as kings, so we're very happy. A shame then that the car stank of grease and oil. Stink. It stinks. Stink, stank, stunk. Irregular verb, yeah? It's a very bad smell. Something stinks. It's really bad. So it stank of grease and oil, maybe from the engine. But the finest thing about the car, the trip, was the car. Yeah, I think I'm still impressed by all this technology. Yes, I'm going to go like, wow, it doesn't matter about the smell. The car is really cool. What a magnificent contraption. Levers to move, wheels to go around and around. I delighted in every bump and judder. We always converse, let's wait. Balloonist kidnappers exposed at World Fair. Right, that's the people that were trying to charge me £80, yeah? They were kidnappers. The road was not long. By midday we had crested the mountains. We had gone over the mountains, and our journey downhill was almost steam-free. We rolled with the driver pumping the brake handle. I relished the fresh air. Like a dog. You know, you see the dogs. And I could see my master did as well. And then there was the Adriatic Sea. But there was still... No. We're really happy. I'm excited. I'm euphoric. I'm delighted about this, yeah? We're traveling, everybody. And then there was the Adriatic Sea, sparkling as though encrusted with jewels. Thoughts of grimy, dirty London flew from my head. I forgot about London and its pollution. This was the life. In short, the car did not explode, and we were rowed across the Gulf to the city of canals. Venice, everybody. The lamps were just being lit. Now, Venice in the 1870s would have been very interesting. I was listening to something, well, yeah, maybe I won't talk about it, but I was listening to something very interesting about Venice. The lamps were just being lit, and we lost ourselves in the wide, narrow, winding alleys enjoying the smells of grilling fish and red wine and the sparkle of glass from shop windows. This was a pretty place we had arrived indeed. Actually, I heard recently that one of the most typical dishes in Venice is bacalhau. Now, bacalhau in Spanish and in Portuguese, it's the fish cod, which is an Atlantic fish. But Venice was such an amazing trading hub, you know, that that bacalhau, and of course, Venice, one of their main primary industries, I suppose you would call it, right at the beginning, you know, way back, was salt, which is like to preserve things. So maybe that's how they did it. But yeah, I think one of the main, like, you go to Venice and the typical dish, it would be bacalhau, which is cod, you know. Curious, but it shows how important Venice is, or was, as a trading center, you know, from the east to the west, the Silk Roads and everything. Anyway, I digress. The lamps were just being lit and we lost ourselves in the narrow winding alleys, enjoying the smells of grilling fish and red wine and the sparkle of glass from shop windows. This was a pretty place we had arrived in indeed. Your relationship with Phileas Fogg had strengthened slightly. Okay, so we're getting on with my new boss, yeah? Okay, we're arriving. I think we can complete our gentleman traveller set here for protection against uncomfortable conditions. There seems to be no departures today. We should explore a little. Let's go to the market. We have a hairbrush. A stiff, bristled hairbrush, perfect for my master's thick head of hair. Yes, I understand. Okay, it's £5. Sophos Ship Times, a pamphlet detailing Monsieur Sophos's ships. Routes for shipping around Greece and Turkey will be visible. It's free. A top hat. Hey kitty, how's it going? My cat's woken up. A fine Bond Street top hat filled with deep black plush. Part of the gentleman's traveller set, £29. A railway man's cap, the sort worn by train guards and enthusiasts. Okay, 10 quid. Ooh, a beak-nosed carnivale mask with bright purple feathers. Of course, we're in Venice, the most typical place known for carnival. Worth £4,000 in Antalya, and it's £97. I heard recently that Carnival here in Spain, in Italy, in Venice, they have Carnival, which is a big party, and it's before Lent, which is in the Christian, or at least the Catholic kind of schedule, diary, which is like when you give up. So Carnivale is like farewell to meat, you know. So for like a month or something, you don't eat meat, right? For Lent, before Easter. So carne in Spanish, carne is meat, right? Carnivale is like goodbye to meat. Yeah, so they have a big party and then you don't eat meat for like whatever it is, a month or something. I'm a bad Catholic, everyone. Beak nose, the beak is the bird, yeah, like think of a bird or a parrot. That's their nose. It's a beak nose carnivale mask with bright purple feathers, worth £4,000 in Antalya in the south of Turkey. We're taking it. We're going, let's see, what can we sell? 51, 14, 61, 59, 5. So I'm going to sell the shipping route. I don't think we need a shipping route. I think we need this. So it's quite expensive. It's £100, but we are going to Antalya. Antalya in the south of Turkey. I think that's enough, yeah. Or I could buy an extra suitcase. Back, says Iona. Back. 4,000, like that will double our money, right? So we can just do whatever we want if we go to Antalya. Keddy, go away. Keddy. Sorry, my cat has turned up. Hello. Can you say hello? Okay. This is Greece and Turkey. Alright, let's just buy another one then, yeah? And then we'll buy a top hat, because a gentleman should always have a top hat. And, you know, good hair. And I don't know. Alright, we'll just buy everything. As they said in the reviews, this game is really replayable, and so we're probably going to be playing this quite a few times, everybody. So, where is Antalya? There we are. Alright, I want to look at this. So we need to go Venice. And then like Thessaloniki or Athens. Izmir, which is where I should have gone, but I ended up over here, which is Izmit. I wanted to go there. Alright, we're heading south again, Dad, yeah? She's got her back turned to me now, yeah, so she's completely ignoring me. Okay, we're going to go Athens, Thessaloniki, I don't know, Meteora Valley, I don't know what that is yet. Or maybe we have to go Dubrovnik or Sofia. Okay. So let's go back to Venice. We need to sleep. We'll pass the night here. I was walking along a canal side in Venice when I found myself in the middle of a group of revelers. They wore a fabulous array of masks. This is like Hercule Poirot, yeah? Some beak-nosed, others brightly feathered, and even more spun of fine glittering wire. Sounds like my house on a Saturday night, everybody, yeah? I bowed in greeting. I extricated myself. I took myself away from the raucous group. Now, come on, let's get in there. I bowed in greeting and gave them such a surprise that one tripped, turned, and then tumbled. Wah! They fell into the canal. Her friends seemed drunkenly unconcerned, kind of like my friends, and fell about in pealing laughter as the woman cursed and thrashed in the dark water. Dive into the water? Every day I dive. Yesterday I dove. You could say dived, I suppose, yeah? I shook my head in despair. Will you not help her? Ooh, so I can be the hero? I can say stupid, drunken people. And then I can just... Why aren't you helping her? What shall I do, everybody? You gotta go there. Meteora Valley. Okay, we'll check it out, yeah? I dove to the rescue, reaching her in a few strokes. Zut alors! The water was cold. She kicked and fought as I hauled her to a nearby flight of steps. Fiammetta is a daughter of the canal, one of her friends put in. You should have left her in it. Another drunken youth agreed. It's the only time she bathes. Fiammetta coughed and choked as I hauled her from the water. I looked her over. I averted my eyes tactfully. Nah, come on, let's check her out. Her mask was long and her fine clothes ruined, but her eyes gleamed. Who are you? She demanded, seeming to see me for the first time. Her friends made various kissing noises and suggested a variety of improbable roles for me. A clown, one said. No, no, another interjected. An agent of the Pope. Yet another added sotto voce, Fiammetta's foreign lover, which caused them all to laugh as Fiammetta cursed them with admirable thoroughness. So she cursed you, she cursed you, she cursed you, and she cursed you. I left these fools well alone. I introduced myself with a bow. Are you all right? I think you've just been taken out of the sea. We don't need to be so formal. Are you okay? I asked with some concern. Of course, she replied haughtily, wringing out her hair. I am Venetian. I cannot drown. It is simply not possible. Do not mind Fiammetta, her friend remarked softly. She is angry because of her work and because of what happened to her brother. Ooh, we have a choice. What happened to her brother? What's the matter with her work? I asked. Hey everybody, don't forget to like the stream, yeah, if you're enjoying this, please. It really helps the algorithms and it makes me happy as well. I see, some people liked what I'm doing. It really does make me happy. And that's the most important thing, right? My happiness is the most important thing. Okay, what happened to her brother? What's the matter with her job? She's angry because of her job. She's angry because of what happened to her brother. Let's just get personal. What happened to her brother? Sophos happened to him, Fiammetta interjected, scowling. And now that blasted Greek has joined with the scuola. That would be the Irish. What is the scuola, seemingly you would say. What did Sophos... She looked shocked at my ignorance. It's what the artificers of Venice call themselves. They control everything in Italy these days. She spat into the canal. If you chance to take the airship from Rome to Athens, you might meet Signor Sophos. Put a knife in his heart before he takes yours. Oh my God. I am not in the habit of knifing, stabbing strangers. I will give him your love. I promised. Ambiguously. Fiammetta laughed darkly, and one of her friends took her arm. Leave such thoughts for another night, he advised, pulling her away. I returned to Monsieur Fogg, still what? Somewhat damp. Okay, more roots. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight. That's an hour and a half. My voice is going. Iona is saying we have to go to Meteora Valley. I'm going to check this out. So really, we need to go to Dubrovnik or maybe Rome. It'd be easy to go to Dubrovnik, right? Okay. I need to write that down because I'm not going to remember, eh? It says explore. Okay, let's explore some more. Okay, routes. I was waiting my turn at a gondola rank near the Rialto Bridge when a gondolier from across the canal waved frantically to catch my attention. Monsieur, monsieur, I will take you. I recognized that voice. I waved her over. I kept my head down. Is it Fiammetta? Mon Dieu, it was the very woman I had pulled from the canal the night before. I waved her over. I kept my head down. Let's call her over, man. Having tired of waiting in line, she made a sharp turn through the water, earning the ire, the anger of several other boatmen who had to swerve to avoid her. Fiammetta! The booking agent who ran the rank shook his fist in her direction. Leave my customers alone! You deserve no customers, Zorzi! Fiammetta shouted back, ignoring me entirely. Was it possible she did not remember me? Those creatures of yours are not gondoliers. They know nothing, nothing of the soul of Venice. I did not understand her meaning until I peered at one of the gondoliers in the rank, and so went to question the... until I looked at one of the gondoliers. And so went to question the booking agent. I was not interested either. Okay, let's go for this one. I don't know. Parbleu, the oarsman at the stern were machines. Oh my god, it's steampunk, yeah, on the gondoliers. But they were oarsmen at the stern were machines of extraordinary beauty or fearsome inhumanity. So they're amazing or they're terrible, yeah? I think I'm going to go with beautiful because the role I'm playing here is I'm amazed by all of the technology. So I'm going to go, this is beautiful. Their bodies made of inlaid copper and azure Venetian glass, their faces covered by fine feathered carnival masks. Signor, my automaton gondoliers of the Pride of Venice, Zorzi insisted breathlessly as he reached me. They are guaranteed safe by the Scuola, our local artificers guild. Okay, so artificers must be the people who are building the kind of robots and stuff, yeah? Fiammetta here is a troublemaker. Ooh. Troublemaker, you say? From the water, Fiammetta called, I am a true gondolier. Vangolo. I nodded and stepped into Zorzi's, into Fiammetta's, or I ran away into the crowd. I'm definitely getting into Fiammetta's gondolier here, yeah? I prefer people to machines, I told Zorzi with a shrug. Fiammetta gave him a perfectly executed mocking curtsy. As we pulled away, no mean feat, not an easy thing, while also holding an oar and balancing on the prow of the low craft. Zorzi supported the Risorgimento, the Italian unification, Fiammetta told me as she pushed us forward. Now he is a bootlicker of the Scuola and dabbles in their infernal mechanicals. But the guild are merely inventors. Why do you hate automata? Automata? I'm not sure. You fell in the canal last night. Yeah, you fell in the canal. Don't you remember me? I saved you. She flushed to blush and then dragged her oar through the water with unnecessary ferocity. I forget, and so should you. We were trying to save Italy from the Scuola. There is no time for such nonsense. Tell me about the Scuola. Is the Scuola so terrible a fate? So the Scuola are they're mechanizing everything. Tell me about them. Tell me about the Scuola, I said, placatingly. They were once the Venetian Artificers Guild, but broke with it and renamed themselves when they sided with the reunifiers against the Pope. Oh my god! Do continue. I made no secret of my disinterest. Let's continue. She took a deep breath. It's an open secret that the Scuola run Italy. In all but name, the king is their puppet. We are a kingdom run by artificers. Oh my god, so this is kind of like Trump, right? Yeah? Trump's the president, but he's being run by the tech bros, isn't he? Yeah? The artificers. This game is about 10 years old, by the way. This is not a recent game. Is that so bad? This is terrible. Better the tech bros than the president. Sorry, than the Pope. So, the tech guys, maybe that's a good thing? This is awful that Elon Musk is the president of America. Better the tech bros than Trump. Now, the king. Well, I gotta say I'm a Republican, yeah, so, let's go for it. Is that so bad? Is that so bad? I wondered aloud. Progress is progress, surely. She spat into the water. The gondola slid onward. I listened as she raged against her Scuola. I turned to look at the scenery. Yeah, I'm going to listen to her. The Scuola has money and power, and their infernal devices, they are an impossible enemy. She gave me a sharp look before tugging a length of grey and red braid thoughtfully. But there are those who will fight still. The Zouave of Rome will never surrender to the Scuola. This sounds like lunch with Italians. I've got a lot of Italian friends, and this just sounds like a normal, like, lunch or something, yeah? I barely knew how to respond. I smiled weakly in reply, hehehe. We lapsed into silence. We rode past palazzos and Gothic churches, each more grand than the last. Fiammetta giving me a potted history of Venice in her own idiosyncratic style. It seemed the foundations were being fitted with water pumps. It was a pleasant enough way to spend an afternoon. Yeah, let's get out of here, yeah? Though it was uncomfortably close to traveling. Okay, I'm going to finish it there, everybody, before I lose my voice, yeah? So I think what I do is I can't save the game, it's just quit, you know? So what I'm going to do there is just, we'll finish there and we'll continue, yeah? I'm really enjoying it, like, I quite like it. It's kind of a strange thing, and it's all like lots of different stories. There's vocabulary there that I don't know, you know? But like I said, I only bought it last night, so it'd be kind of interesting to look into some more of the stuff that they're talking about, you know? But anyway, I'm going to leave you there, so please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me and it makes me happy, and that's the most important thing. My happiness is the most important thing here, and definitely like the channel. I was going to finish Hercule Poirot on Sunday. I'll probably do that, yeah, and then next week I'll be back here with this game Monday, Tuesday, but it's going to be like later in the evening. It's going to be like late night, maybe for an hour, because I think it's quite a big game. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will leave you there. It's 10:30 here on a Friday night, so it's time to go out, go and have some wine, go and have some tapas, go and dance the night till dawn. Unfortunately I'm working, so you know, I'm going to take it really easy. But you do you, and have fun and enjoy it. I'll see you later, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.